Good evening, and welcome to Mingles of Evil Live. Thanks for joining me tonight. And tonight, I did not announce previously what I was gonna be speaking about. Okay, I didn't have time because I had another plan. I had plans to speak about other topic, and just today I received that I had to change and speak of what I'm going to be speaking today. Okay, so thanks wherever you are joining us or watching us tonight, whether you're watching us live, or whether you're watching us after we do this in our YouTube channel or here on Facebook. Okay, so thanks for joining me. And tonight I'm gonna be speaking about something that is happening, current energies, current situations that we are living right now, and that it is very important for us to be aware of what is going on and how to handle, okay, these current energies. So tonight I'm going to be speaking about solar flares and your energetic alignment and ascension. What does that mean? Okay? I'm always talking about how we are embedded or fused with a system that is far, far larger and greater than what we can perceive with our sight, okay? But that it is imperative that we learn of if we truly want to experience total wellness and well-being in our lives. It is in the mastering, right, of the universal language of energy that we will be able to navigate and flow with life to experience that state of well-being. I spoke about in a previous video about 2 weeks ago or something like that, or 3 weeks ago, that never before our planet Earth was being bombarded with the amount of light that we are receiving right now, okay? These solar flares coming from the heart, the father of the solar system that we are embedded in, right? The sun, the father, the sun. And scientists just recently, in the past 2 weeks, discovered that two massive holes in the sun's corona. The first one 30 times bigger than the Earth, and a second one 20 times. So imagine, if we can imagine that. These holes send solar flares or winds whooshing towards the planet, which are currently affecting us and everything in the planet, because as I always say, everything is one, everything is energy. These geomagnetic storms are not a first time to happen in the universe, okay? Last time was in 1989, where millions of people in Quebec were left without power in a 12-hour blackout sparked by the solar storm. And before that, in 1859, known as the Carrington event phenomenon, caused a massive damage to the fledgling telegraph network in both Europe and North America. Back then, the northern lights were bright enough that people across the northeastern U.S. could read newspapers by their light. So imagine how bright. And before that, in 1582, when a massive solar storm had people across the globe convinced the world was ending because a great fire appeared in the sky to the north and lasted 3 consecutive nights. So what this means is that we too could be amazed by vivid lights in the sky sometime in the next years, although there's no way of knowing how our technology will react to the solar flare up. So we know the world increasingly relies on computers right now, right? And automation, the consequences could be even more disruptive than past storms. At the height of this solar activity, charged particles from the sun may affect our satellites in orbit and could also disrupt communications or navigation on Earth. So imagine, telephone, internet, all this. And the economic impact of that also, right? Now, as you know, I am more interested on how these geomagnetic storms and influx of light will affect the human behavior and well-being. How can we better manage it for our benefit? And that's what I'm going to address tonight, okay? As I always say, energy is ruled by universal law, in this case by polarity. So we're going to look at positive aspects of this solar flare onto us and negative aspects, okay? So how it will affect us in an individual level will depend on where we are at in our individual paths, okay? In our individual journeys or spiritual journeys, okay? So what can we expect in terms of human behavior? Because as I'm telling you, these lights, this influx of light will accentuate what is of the light and will also reveal what is not of the light, okay? So one positive aspect that we can expect to see is people that are vibrating high vibration, right? And that have done the inner work, experiencing a happiness, a lot of happiness and joy. So, and this is positive, right? This is positive. Also, we can see people feeling inspired and receiving a lot of creativity heightened right now, how to do things in a different manner, in a different way, more productive ways, okay? We can also experience activated power of hope, of acceptance, of compassion, of trust in life. This can be thought of or said as the universe got me, right? Everything happens for me, not to me. So seeing from that perspective, right? Not a negative perspective. And flowing much better. People flowing much better with life. And when I talk of acceptance and trust of how things are playing, doesn't mean we don't have to create healthy boundaries in our lives, okay? Because we don't have to allow people to step all over us, right? And to manipulate or control us, right? Rather, when I speak about acceptance and flow, it means that we release the need to control how and when the desired outcomes are going to manifest in our lives, okay? In relationships, this may look like we want a specific person to have a relationship with, rather than writing a list of qualities that we want that person to have, and let the universe surprise us and bring to us, right, that person that has those qualities, okay? This in turn, in the negative aspects, darkness of people, is going to be illuminated for everybody to see, okay? For example, and we're seeing this in politics, right? Corruption, manipulation, trickery, control for personal benefit, anger management, drama, treason, jealousy, envy, unhealthy competition, fraud, poor communication, lies, right? Lies. So, any kind of toxicity in general, okay? But this brings an opportunity to cleanse our shadows. So a lot of people right now are going to be trying, these things are going to be brought up in their lives, right? So that we can see them with clarity and we can clean those dark aspects of ourselves, of our shadows, that we up to now being unwilling to face and accept, right? So, truths of all kinds coming to the surface, things that once were hidden and occult being known and publicly seen, both at an individual or collective level, okay? So let's see another positive aspect of these current energies or these current solar flares. Ascension of consciousness. Ascension of consciousness. So more enlightenment, upgrading of the level of awareness of truth, of universal truth, and universal mysteries, right? So we're going to be more real, more authentic. We're not going to be doubting anymore on the mysteries, that things of the universe that we once understood in another way. We're gonna be clear about those things, right? So expect also to see more spiritual awakenings happening at this time. People experiencing mystical and paranormal activity, like NDEs, UFOs, sightings, and as well as heightening of spiritual gifts like clairaudience, clairsentience, cognizance, right? Clairsentience, cognizance, all these things that we once thought that we didn't have, and that we did have, people waking up to their gifts, to their spiritual gifts. On the negative aspect, those that are not ascending will experience this in their life as stagnancy and feeling stuck in life without progress And obviously, they will feel strife and frustration, right? People or collectives that don't want these truths to be seen or known about themselves, or that are resisting facing their shadows and healing their darkness, may experience this stagnancy and this lack of progress. Okay? Also, on a negative aspect, control issues versus acceptance, right? And flow with life. Putting personal interest, agendas, and benefits versus the collective's benefit, right? In my way or the highway, forcing others into your way of believing or doing, which puts others into suffering and distress. So we are going to see people that are vibrating low having these control issues being brought up, okay, and behaving in this way. Also, a judgmental energy coming up, criticism, non-constructive criticism, blaming, shaming, canceling, rejecting, or neglecting someone else because you feel that your way is the only correct perspective in any situation. And we know that many times we can be over judgmental with ourselves. We can be harsh and cruel with ourselves and with others, okay? So watch this behavior. Watch this behavior. Anything that doesn't come from empathy and compassion for ourselves and others eventually won't be able to survive in the new world we are entering, where everything is going to come from a heart-centered space. Okay, so let's see another positive aspect. We are going to experience, those of us that are vibrating high and have done the work, we're going to experience alignment, more alignment, feeling more balanced, more people being prompted to act in the authenticity of their soul or their calling, right? The calling of their soul, and being called to align with their life purposes and missions. Remember, as I always say, that the soul is on a mission, and has a purpose that he is going to always try to accomplish, no matter what, whether we like it or not, okay? So on the negative aspect, this alignment is going to be experienced by those that resist, right? And as we know, the farther we are from what the soul came to accomplish in this lifetime, the more uncomfortable and unhappy we will be. So, people that are reluctant to change or to transform any unhealthy pattern or belief in their life, although, as I always say, perhaps they feel very unhappy, right, with many aspects of their lives or some aspect of their life, but they are unwilling to change, will also experience frustration and conflict in their life at all levels, and like in relationship, jobs, families, health, financial distress, because understand that the message that we are broadcasting means that we are unwilling to grow or to evolve, which is conflicting, right? It is conflicting with the language of the universe. Because the language of the universe speaks only a language of growth. So these people are going to experience a lot of conflict in their life. And in the collective, we're going to see wars, combative behaviors, distress, disease. Okay? Because we're not flowing. We're going against the grain. So, I call this, this is the largest, the greatest collective purge. It is how the planet cleanses or burns all this darkness, right? To return its balance and continue in its path of continuous evolution. My invitation to you today, given the new era and energy we are experiencing and will keep on experiencing, is to please have curiosity, not conformity. Not conform yourself in what the outside tells you you should do or you should react or act in life. Okay? Second, learn the language of energy, because if we don't know the language of energy, we are not aware. We will not be aware how this will affect our lives. Okay? Practice self-awareness and invest in a consciously awakened life. Do your inner healing work. Okay? Because don't expect the universe to give you something if you don't give of yourself. Be open to change and transformation. So everything starts with us, with you, with me. And I'm always rooting for you, okay? And if you need any help, please feel free, or need any private consultation, feel free to reach me at evolife360@gmail.com or by messenger, okay? Please, as I always say, please share, comment, and also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, evolife360. Thanks again, sending you as always my love and light, okay? Bye-bye. See you next week here in the Mingles of Evo Life. Bye-bye.